Joe Thomas went into the Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. Hall of Fame Farms owned by Joe Thomas. So he brought in his trailer from Wisconsin to the Pro Football Hall of Fame Fan Fest. And you're selling meat out of your – are you in your trailer now or are you in your home?
It'd be nice if my trailer was this sweet. But no, I'm in my condo in Westlake. I was at Browns practice yesterday, and after the show, I'm heading right down there. Going to start flipping burgers and cooking steaks and getting in our mobile butcher shop right there in Fan Fest, right to the next to the main stage.
Where is your Hall of Fame jacket right now?
Unfortunately, it is crumpled up into my suitcase because I'm about to jump in my car and drive down to Canton. But I can throw it on if you want it, Dan.
Yeah, would you go get it?
Oh, yeah, no problem. It'll be like a minute. Is that cool?
Yeah, I'd like to see it. And the fact that it's all crumpled up, you'd think that he would hang it, though. Right, Paulie?
You would think you'd hang it in the back on one of those little things in the back seat of your car, right?
I would think so. It's a Hall of... I don't think... Well, you know what? The material that those things are made out of, they might not wrinkle. Yeah, Paulie?
Quick game. What size is Joe Thomas's Hall of Fame jacket?
I'm going to go 52 long.
God, that's my guess, too. 52 long.
Okay. He probably had to go out to his car, open up the trunk, and get his Hall of Fame jacket. Yes, Dylan?
I feel like he would be 52 in his playing days. Now he's pretty. I'm going 46.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's not much larger than what I would have. I think I'm a 43 long.
50 even.
Thank you, Todd. Marvin, you got a guess here. I like that we have Joe Thomas on. I just sent him out to this car, but he did offer it up. I thought, okay, where the hell is your suitcase, Joe? There he is.
Wow.
All righty. I like that. You look good.
Much better. Much better.
Okay, why is it crumpled up in your suitcase?
Well, because it was packed away. Because right after the show, I got to drive down to Canton, so it was a little bit better than crumpled, but it was folded up into the suitcase.
Okay, we guessed the size of your jacket, so you give us the dimensions of your Hall of Fame jacket.
Custom. I think it's like something 48, extra long, something like that. Thin, athletic cut.
Okay, 48 extra. But if this was when you were playing.
Oh, God. I think I was a 54 extra wide or super long, but I don't know. Pretty much all my clothes just get tailored. It's nothing that ever comes off the rack, so I don't even really know what my sizes are. So you look at that. Custom tailored. That means there is no size.
I love it. People ask to wear it?
They do. Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool thing, that and the ring. I know, like, when you get that ring, everybody wants to be able to put that on, kind of like a Super Bowl ring, be able to take a picture of it with their buddies.
What Hall of Famer did you nerd out over meeting?
So it was actually Walter Jones, and he was the guy that gave me my knock. He was one of my heroes when I was in high school, and then I watched him a ton in college, tried to take some of the things that he did well. Of course, he's a different human than me. He was a lot bigger, stronger, faster than I was, but still you can learn a lot by watching the greats that came before you.
Larry Allen was, I don't know who was larger, Walter or Larry Allen. Larry Allen seemed like he was the biggest offensive lineman I'd ever seen.
He was probably the widest and certainly the strongest.
And you know, you always hear those stories that guys would get the Larry Allen flu. Did you think that was real? Did you feel like anybody ducked you?
They didn't duck me because I think, if anything, they would just go play on the other side. With Larry, though, he was trying to hurt people. I mean, Larry had like an 800-pound bench press. So they were trying to preserve their careers by not going against Larry Allen because they didn't want to be injured.
Yes. Who is the best offensive lineman today, in your opinion?
Oh, you know, I'll still go with Lane Johnson. I mean, he's a guy that's been doing it at the highest level for so long. Consistency. He's been leading the Eagles' offensive line, the best offensive line in football, for a very long time. And I still think, even though he's getting up there in age, he is playing at the top of the game.
when rookies come in, and you've seen probably all shapes, sizes, varieties, but do you have to know your place, or do you want to come in and exude some confidence?
I think you have to exude confidence, but you have to do it quietly. I always tell rookies, eyes open, ears open, mouth shut. We don't want to hear from you unless you're asking a question right now.
Is it a quarterback competition with the Browns, and is that a good thing if it's a quarterback confidence or controversy?
Yeah, it's never a good thing. That means you haven't figured out, because there's no clear answer. Nobody wants a quarterback controversy or conversation, but hey, we're the Browns. That's the situation we've been in for a couple decades. So you got to make the most of it, and hopefully competition between those two guys brings out the best in one of them, and they build confidence in the locker room, and they build a connection with somebody, and it becomes obvious who the starter should be.
Yeah, if I'm the Browns, like, do you want to stunt the growth of Shedeur Sanders, or do you say we're paying $40 million for Deshaun Watson? Let's give him a chance to actually earn this, and then if not, then Shedeur Sanders will be our quarterback moving forward.
That's what they've said. I mean, it's not the best spot in the world to say, like, hey, we paid all this money to Deshaun Watson. He hasn't really been good, but, well, we got a lot of sunk costs. We might as well give him a shot.
But it feels like that's the missing piece. Now, that's a big missing piece, but it feels like the Browns, they're doing some good things. At least on the outside looking in, there are some positives. So tell us your thoughts on those positives and how good the Browns can be this year.
Well, they've had a difficult time with weapons on offense for a while. I think the run game's been good. They've had okay at best passing game, and some of that was quarterback play, but some of that was receiver play. And I would say this year, the reason for optimism for Browns fans is the two great receivers that they got in the draft, Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston, who've looked incredible in training camp so far. So hopefully taking some of the load and the pressure off that quarterback position, rebuilt offensive line, but you still have Quinshon Judkins running the football. So you hope, hey, we can get really good in the run game, be multidimensional to be able to still throw the football, because we got three quality receivers out there who can get open. And then it's not so much on the quarterback to be able to make everything happen.
We're talking to Hall of Famer Joe Thomas, and he's got meat at the Hall of Fame Fan Fest. He'll bring his mobile butcher shop. You're going to be cooking. You're going to actually be cooking in your mobile butcher shop.
That's right. We're thawing out Hall of Fame Wagyu steaks right now so people can buy their steak. We got a grill. We've got a couple local chefs, Ant's Barbecue from Youngstown. We got Mr. Brisket from the Cleveland area. They're cooking up all sorts of Hall of Fame Wagyu samples. We got our Hall of Fame beef sticks and jerky and all of the frozen fresh steaks to be able to purchase. And we got some smash burgers. So I'm going to be back there working today, Dan.
Would you have traded Myles Garrett?
I think the trade is going to turn out to be one that the Browns look back on favorably. It's painful when you lose the best defensive player in history, but I think when you look at the age that he's at, where the Browns are specifically, this is a rebuild. You got a new quarterback, you got a new coach, you got a couple first-round draft choices next year to potentially find a quarterback if you don't think one of these two guys can be the guy of the future. And you get Jared Verse, who has been wrecking training camp so far, who's a young player. He's a tremendous leader. He's got incredible. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler out there at defensive end. Plus, you picked up 2 first-round draft choices and a 3rd-round pick for Myles. I think it was the right trade for the right time for the Browns, but same thing for the Rams. And I think that's why it was a good trade, because they're in win today mode. We're in maybe win today, but let's hope we can build to win tomorrow.
Would you rather try to block Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald?
Good luck if Aaron Donald comes back, because I would rather block neither of them. I'd maybe pull one of those sick days like they did with Larry Allen.
But what's the difference in blocking an edge rusher built like Myles Garrett or somebody coming up the middle with Aaron Donald?
Yeah, it's totally different, right? Aaron's game is he's short, squatty, incredibly powerful and quick. So he gets up into your frame, he gets under your pads, and the leverage that he has just rocks people back. Even a guy like Larry Allen, as big and strong as he was, because of Aaron's power and how he's so compact, he can just get up inside you and push you backwards. Whereas Myles, he wins because he bends on the edge, right? He can bend his ankles, his knees, his hips. He can turn the corner. He's got the best get off in football. And he also is super powerful and strong, so he can convert to a bull rush quickly. But I would say Myles is more speed, distance, mobility, ability to bend. And Aaron is squatty, compact, powerful, quick first step.
It seems like teams are now looking, yes, they're edge rushers, they're important, but that guy in the middle, we're seeing it feels like maybe there's a little more resurgence here with you need to have that guy up the middle because it feels like he's going to disrupt the offense far more than the edge rusher will.
From a pass protection standpoint, there's a lot more you can do with a defensive end. That's a problem. You can leave a tight end in there. You can chip him with a receiver. You can even have a quarterback. I mean, we saw Brady do it for decades, right? He didn't really always have great edge protection, but he was able to step up in the pocket because the middle of the pocket was firm. When you got a problem in the middle, there's really not a whole lot you can do other than try to run the quarterback and move him out of the pocket. But a lot of quarterbacks and offenses don't want to do that. They don't want to move the launch point consistently like that. So blocking a guy like Aaron Donald, if he's splitting double teams constantly, becomes really difficult because you don't have any other options.
Who wins the division? Steelers, Ravens, Bengals.
You're not even throwing the Browns out there. All right, we'll assume the Browns.
Okay, all right. How about a courtesy and the Browns?
And the Browns. Well, if you give me those options, I'm going to go with the Ravens, actually. I think the Ravens have a nice bounce-back season, and I know it seems like Lamar Jackson and the Ravens outfit, even going back to when I was there, they always play the best when the back's against the wall. People start doubting them a little bit, and I think that's right where they are right now.
Would you rather block for a pocket passer or a scrambler?
I'd rather block for a pocket passer because then I know exactly where he is and I know what I need to do on that play. Scramblers are great because if you get beat, they can still make you right and avoid the sack and get out and throw touchdowns. And then you're not the GOAT, but like the GOAT in a bad sense. But it's difficult because you just never know where he's going to be. And so it's much more of a guessing game.
Safe travels there, the short travel from Cleveland to Canton, and good luck with the Hall of Fame Farms and your mobile butcher shop and whipping up a batch for everybody there in Canton. Great to see you again, Joe.
Great to see you, Dan. I can't wait to see you in person. I'll give you another Hall of Fame beef stick like last time. Another chance to enjoy it.
Joe Thomas, Hall of Famer, and his farm, Hall of Fame Farm.